I'll be joining him with interviews with the candidates and post-debate commentary. Somebody else is going to be there tonight. My guest, John DePetro from WRKO Radio in Boston. John, how are you?
Good.
I'm about to shake your hand. It's okay. We're
Thanks
rival
for having me on, Jim.
Now, listen,
in the spirit of fairness,
yes.
you know fairness, right?
I've heard about it.
I will let you pick the curry to start with. John or Healy? Which one do you want to do? I bet you I can guess.
I think Kerry Healy should invite John Kerry to come back and campaign for Duvall. That's what should happen.
Well, if you pick, let's talk about Kerry Healy just for a second.
For a second.
Had RKO not been campaigning essentially full-time, what, would she be down 50? Is that what you're suggesting?
Fair and balanced. No, Duvall's been a runaway train. I don't know, maybe John Kerry could write some jokes for Duvall and get this thing to an even match. But I hope tonight, seriously, I hope Cokie Roberts will bring
Who's the moderator
will
for
bring
this?
this John Kerry question into the debate. It will pump a little life in. I'd be curious to hear how they're going to respond.
What does Deval Patrick say? Obviously, he's a big supporter of Deval Patrick. You answer Cokie Roberts' question.
Together we can apologize. He should come up with something. You know what? I don't know, but it would be off script. And Duvall, just like you said, he has been so scripted, Jim. He just stays on message. He's almost like on cruise control now. Like, what time is this thing? When can I get out of there? Let's make the dinner reservation. I would like to see him have to think about it, or at least come up with a new answer we haven't heard before.
Give a little guidance. I'm serious about this to your candidate, Kerry Healy, who really, I mean, we all say it. Those of us who know her, you do, you've interviewed her, I've interviewed her. Off camera, totally different person. But that doesn't matter. What matters is what she does on camera.
Right.
Tell me the 2 or 3 things you'd advise her to try to do tonight to at least end this campaign with, as Allison said, with a respectable margin as opposed to being crushed. What does she do?
I think the Romney thing has been unfair on her. That was a no-win situation. He was her boss. This was a tough race coming in. I mean, Duvall was so strong coming out of the primary. You find yourself 39 points down. She was told to go negative. She had to go negative.
Wait a second. Why can't she say, like, to Allison's question, I have great respect for the governor. He and I have done wonderful things, but on this issue or that issue, I respectfully disagree. She hasn't even done that.
But think of that. Romney has been making fun of Massachusetts. John Kerry is making fun of the troops for the entire world to hear, calling them stupid,
we don't agree on the latter at all.
Uneducated.
Let's stay in state first.
Tonight, I still think she's got to play this out, go after him, and try a new angle on Duvall. Maybe it's the John Kerry thing. I like the jogger ad. Make people seem, you know, before you go in and cast that ballot, let's review again who we're talking about. I don't think it's over just yet for the Healy campaign as far as throwing in the towel. I still think she should be on the offensive.
617-244-3344. He's John DePetro from the other station. We're talking about both Kerrys. Let's move to the one I know you want to talk about. I got emails. Apparently you were saying on your show today, you were coming on, which we appreciate. People saying that what you were discussing on your show is whether John Kerry not should apologize, should resign from office over this comment.
It's that serious.
It is not that. So make the case.
Jim, he apologized for what? That's what he said. The words, the media is trying to put, maybe he said this or go inside his mind. The words speak for themselves. Even John McCain said, what he said speaks for themselves.
Raise your right hand for a second, please, as a favor to me.
It's
you
arrogant.
Tell me, wait a second. You raise your right hand and say, do you believe that he actually intended? I'm not talking about with the words. We'll get to those. He intended to demean the men and women in Iraq. Honestly,
I think John
Kerry
lumps in President Bush with the troops. He is so upset. His rapid response team is not that fast because this is the swift boat response he was supposed to do 2 years ago that people have been saying.
Guy on my show last night said he swift boated himself this time, which is a great line.
I like that. That's a good line. But I think he is just so bitter. And why he was even discussing that, I don't even see the joke. I mean, let's just say, for instance, he was talking about Bush. Bush did well at Yale, where they both went, by all accounts.
This is your opportunity to say even better than John Kerry did.
Even better than John Kerry. He didn't have bad grades. I thought it was condescending. I didn't even understand where the humor was going. And you're talking to kids at a community college. So forget, even if he came forward and said, I apologize, what he said is unforgivable and undefendable.
Well, then not only people like you criticize him. When we get back, we'll talk about Democrats who are criticizing him too and distancing themselves.
Howard Dean.
By the way,
Jimmy
John
Carter.
Kerry's office has just released a new statement. We'll have it for you after the break. We have to take a break, though. We want to hear from you. So give us a buzz. As I said, 6